Jim can't wait to come home after another workday in the vegan company. He can't wait to play video games with his friends. So he comes home, it smells stale, the windows are covered, and there's Jim's wife. Yeah, she looks special. Let's move on to the next scene. Jimmy's wife, of course, made no food, so he grabs himself a package of potato chips and runs to his PC. Ah! He screams. Everything red on the ground, and there she is. Jim's daughter. He almost forgot. Of course, Jim's daughter is on the iPad watching Netflix. God, Jimmy, this is like letting your daughter enter a casino. Why is there everything so red on the ground? Jimmy asks his wife. Of course, Jimmy's wife doesn't reply, and suddenly it dawns on him. Right, his daughter must have entered puberty. Weird, he thinks to himself. She's only 8 years old. Precocious puberty is through the roof, and Jimmy's story is becoming more and more common. I think I'm actually part of the generation where it all kind of started, and there's a reason for that. Pediatricians are really scratching their heads on this issue and they can't explain it. By the way, if you don't know the term pediatrician, because you're not a native English speaker, it's basically the term for child doctor. Our growth process, development, and overall physiology is dependent on certain stimuli from our environment. Fritz Hollwich, a German ophthalmologist, first described something called the energetic pathway of the eye in 1948. This was later proven, and this is really important for precocious puberty. The way you see your eyes is as a camera with which you can see things. But it turns out mammals, which humans are part of, primarily use their eyes to sense the light in the environment. So just by changing the frequency of light that enters your eyes, you can change the biochemistry and biophysics inside of you. Also, we all, especially mammals, almost every single animal on this planet, has something called biorhythms, namely the circadian rhythm. And this is really what medicine and also pediatricians are blind to. What does precocious puberty really tell us? The body seems to get the signals to mature faster. This is actually an adaptation that has helped certain species, probably including us, during evolution to survive tough times on this planet. In Fritz Hollwich's book, he compares blind people to people with vision and basically cuts out certain glands in their brain to see the effects that they have. Blue light emitted from our modern devices is what's behind this issue. Children nowadays are not supposed to get these high amounts of blue light because you know what he found out? Sexual maturation is inhibited by melatonin. What's the one thing that everyone today knows that blue light does to you? It lowers pineal melatonin. The melatonin from your pineal gland influences the anterior lobe of your pituitary gland and basically decreases gonadotropic releasing hormone and therefore also decreases LH and FSH, which means basically slower sexual maturation, or I should say better, normal sexual maturation if you're living in a normal cycled life. So you can see light through the eyes is able to change things inside of us. And the light that most people are living under now is not the light that we are adapted to and that we have been evolving with. And this is really why we're seeing these changes in our health, in our behavior now. Now, what's the other part of blue light? All we have to do for that is look at a map of the circadian rhythm and look at the morning. You see that? Testosterone spikes. And this is, by the way, also true for most sex hormones that women have. All those gym guys want to tell you like, as long as you have high testosterone, you're really healthy. But they don't realize how the system is really built. Because look at it. At 10 o'clock, you don't have a testosterone spike anymore. And you know why that is? Because you're supposed to get different kind of light outside that stops sex hormone production, that stops sexual maturation. But they never realize that. They look at the system and they're like, oh, high testosterone makes me feel good, so this is how it works. But they don't realize what they're really causing with their shitty advice, because remember, when you're inside working out in a gym, you're again under artificial light. You're supposed, so that you stop sexual maturation, hey, you need to go outside to get that stimulus. And this is really what books like Hard Times Create Strong Men by Stefan Arnio can't explain, because he realizes, yeah, like animals in the zoo, they start like, and modern humans, they all jerk off all day and live really stupid lives, but he doesn't realize what links zoo animals to modern humans. And it's their light. It's the environment that we are living in that makes us act in certain ways. And probably also the voltage-gated calcium channel story, which I have to fit in here because it sometimes mimics some of the effects that light has. So this is, by the way, if you don't know it, it's linked down in the video description. Incredibly important. And you've got to realize, like, we're literally sending kids now in school in front of these fucking devices. Like, we are telling them, oh, this is good for the environment, right? You're not using paper, so let's put you in front of this monitor, in front of this artificial light. This is an awesome idea. Really, an awesome idea. 1948. 1948. Fritz Hollwich. That's all you need to know. And by the way, on this entire thing now, I have to say, I'm not saying that sex hormones like testosterone are currently at an all-time high. Definitely not. They're extremely low. But the way that testosterone cycles work, and that modern humans, basically, their testosterone cycles are completely fucked in certain ways because of the light environment. But the reason why they have low testosterone is then again because of the voltage-gated calcium channel story, because they are actually linked a study that shows you're unable to release testosterone if you have this issue. What's the tip for this video? Very simple. Block blue light when you're inside. You don't need to block it when you're outside. And go outside. And by the way, there are also solutions for kids, blue blocking gases for kids that actually work. One thing I have to say, most blue blocking glasses that you can find on Amazon don't really work. That's why I also have a free recommendation for blue blocking glasses and how to block blue light. It's down in the video description. Everything important is down in the video description. I also highly recommend that you check out the voltage-gated calcium channel story, because it really fits into this as well. It affects your clocks, and it also affects your pituitary gland and how much melatonin is made from that. And hey, you made it to this part of the video, so I'm proud of you. You have a little bit more dopamine than Jimmy. So I got faith in you. See you in the next one.